All right, all right. Hello, everyone. Hope you are all doing well. A very good evening to all of you. That was one of our students, and he's also one of my good friends, Shanal Mahanama. Now, he has an interesting story because he comes from a Sinhala speaking background. He studied in Sinhala medium. Today, he's an English compeer, and he took a couple of classes with me. And most importantly, when we were in school together, I really pushed him towards this field of comparing. And once he left school, he honestly never believed he could do it, because you noticed, even as he's speaking, he's not the most fluent speaker because he comes from a completely Sinhala speaking background. But today, because I wouldn't say it's because of the Success Academy, but his hard work and a little push from us has helped him to get to where he is today. Now, that's just a bit about him. I'm very happy to see you all today. Okay, I see a couple of you have switched on your camera, but the majority of you have not switched on the camera. Guys, I told you, I sent you multiple reminders. I would like to see your faces when I'm doing this session, because honestly, it's really disappointing to speak to a blank screen. So I like to see people's faces. Tennyson, I see you. Gajan, I see you. Saman, you're also here. Saman is actually from our physical class. Saman, nice to have you here. Ruby, Senudi, I see you guys. Nirmalan. All right, guys, can I quickly get one or two of you to unmute yourselves and give me a quick background about who you are, where you're from, and what brings you here? What is the reason that you have joined this webinar today?
I
So, who is that? Yes, did someone unmute themselves? Abdul
I
Rahman.
am Abdurrahman.
Yeah, go ahead.
I am from Wisdom International College, and I'm grade 6.
You're in grade 6. What brings
Yes.
you here, Abdul?
Can I do this class? Can I do this class?
Yes, of course. I can hear your mother also speaking in the background. Yes, definitely
Okay.
you can be a part of this session. Not a problem at all. All right,
Happy
good.
to meet you.
All right, you too. Good. Tennyson, what about you? You're the first face that I see. Can you unmute yourself? Give me some background about who you are.
Hello, I'm Tennyson, and I'm from Manna.
Okay.
I heard about this speaking session in the Facebook through Facebook. So I would like to join this program to improve myself.
Super. So this is because, do you want to go abroad? Are you trying to move up your career? What is the reason that you are trying to improve your English speaking skills?
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Dilrukshi. I'm from Battaramulla. I like to speak in English very well. It's where I'm joined this class. I think I can do it. Join this class. I can do it. Try my best in this course. Thank you, sir.
Fantastic. Nice to have you here, Dilrukshi. Hopefully, by the end of this session, you would have gained a lot of value, and hopefully, you will join my extended program as well. Lovely to have you here. All right.
Good evening, sir. This is Gayatri
Go ahead.
Trinkamali.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm working one of the non-governmental organization. So I want to I want to make a proper presentation, and I want to meet the donors. So I want to polish my language. So that's why I joined that. I hope I will be through this academy I can go forward next level. I really hope that. Thank you very much.
Gayatri, I hope you'll switch on your camera. I would love to see your face. All right. Nirmalan, yes, I saw you switched on your mic. You can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, sir. I'm Nirmalan from Trincomalee. I've been working as an engineering assistant in National Water Supply and Drainage Board. I've completed the Masters of Engineering specialized in Environmental Engineering in University of Moratuwa. I would like to do the public speaking because in my workplace, I need to do the presentation. So I would like to, I think this class will be helpful me to do the presentations and public speakings. Definitely, it will be helpful for me. So I'm really interested.
Fantastic. Nice
Thank
to
you, sir.
have us, Nirmalan. Nice to have you here. All right, good. So, guys, let me move on with the presentation. I'll try to get to know as many of you as I can as the presentation progresses, but it's lovely to see you all here. I'm very happy that you unmuted yourselves and spoke to me. Usually, it's very tough to get people to unmute and speak. So, I'm very glad that you unmuted. Some of you didn't even wait till I called on you. You just introduced yourself. That's fantastic. I love that motivation. I love that drive. And the fact that you felt confident enough to unmute yourselves and speak in front of a crowd, that in and of itself says a lot about you. So well done. Let's move on with the presentation. Guys, I will ask you as the presentation moves along to type things onto the chat box and so on. And I'll also get to unmute yourselves for a couple of activities that I hope to do. So please be ready to do that. Don't be shy. Make sure to take the opportunity and make the best of it. Okay. So in this webinar, now we are doing a 2-hour session, right? Try not to leave the session till the entire 2 hours are done. That's when you get the full benefit of what I am trying to do. So wait till the full 2 hours are done, because I'm going to teach you and talk about the 5 biggest mistakes that are keeping you from becoming a confident speaker. What are the 5 things that if you improve, you can become a phenomenal speaker? And I will also show you a roadmap and a program that I have that will help you fix all of these problems in just 4 months. Okay, I will tell you more about our program later, but I mainly want you to understand what the purpose of this webinar is. It's to talk about the 5 biggest mistakes that you make and also how you can fix them through a plan that I have structured across 4 months. All right. Now, what does public speaking help you do? Over the years, I've got a lot of responses to this question. It helps you level up your income. Obviously, if you can speak well, if you can communicate the tasks that you can do, if you can communicate your skill. Actually, I'm getting a very special guest onto the webinar today just to talk about a quick experience in his own life about how, because of the power of speaking, he was able to go from a poor family in Anuradhapura to becoming one of the top corporate leaders in the country. Right? He'll be joining us hopefully quite soon, and I'll let him speak for about 5 to 10 minutes to share his story with you. So you get to level up your income if you are a good speaker. You build a high net worth, guys. When you learn how to speak well, you can communicate with anyone. You're not scared. You're not afraid. When you are not afraid, you can make good connections with people. And if you have good connections, if you know the right people, it's very easy to move up in your own life, whether you are starting a business, whether you are trying to move up the corporate ladder. If you are a good communicator, this will help you build a high net worth network. You learn to face interviews, whether it be at school. Someone here is in grade 6. Maybe one day you will have to face a prefectship interview. You might have to face an interview for an interact club, a debaters club, maybe a club or society that you're trying to get into. Once you leave school, some of you have to face interviews to get your job, to get promoted. You need to face an interview. Nirmalan said that he has to deliver presentations at work. Right? So, how are you going to deliver speeches and presentations at work with confidence is something that we are going to discuss. Furthermore, the most important career that you can build as a communicator is a career in sales. I mean, if you can't speak, you can't do sales. I'm a part of a cybersecurity company that sells cybersecurity courses in America. When we hire people, the number one thing we check, well, of course, is their sales experience. But other than that, is how well they can communicate with a native English speaking audience. Furthermore, if you're trying to run your own business, if you can't speak, how are you going to build the connections that you need, the customer base that you need, the suppliers that you need to bring in good business? If you're going to be a corporate leader, to be any leader, to motivate your team, to talk to a group of people, to talk to your customers, to tell your customers that purchasing from you is worth it, you need to learn how to speak. And if you complete my program, not only will you learn how to speak, you'll also become a qualified public speaking diploma. So before I move forward, can you quickly drop a comment into the chat box telling why you want to learn how to speak? Is it to level up your income? Is it to do better at presentations? Is it to go abroad? Is it to do IELTS? Is it to face interviews? Is it because you want to have a better personality? Why do you want to learn how to speak well? Please drop a comment into the chat box. I want to know. All right. Someone says, okay, makes sense. Ashwini says she wants to go abroad. Makes sense. Career growth, very good. What else? What else? Guys, I need some comments coming in. I need to see that you are active in this webinar. Someone says, I'm a teacher. I want to brush up my presentation skills. Day-to-day activities to go abroad. I need to do presentations. I want to get a better personality, level up income, better presentation. I'm okay. A lot of people are going abroad, moving to Canada. Great, great. I have to come out of stage fear. IELTS. Okay. Okay. To speak in public forums and to develop my personality. Great. For my studies, to go abroad. Guys, what you have put down here is your goal, is your reason as to why you want to become a better speaker. Most of us have goals. Nirmalan, I'm bringing up your name because you're the first face that I see, okay? Nirmalan has a goal. Dilrukshi has a goal. Mahesh has a goal. When this year started, you would have had goals. You would have felt motivated to achieve those goals at that time. Some of you would have achieved it, but for some of you, those goals are still pending. The reason that you are here, there is 197 people on this webinar right now, and that number is going up. All of you are here because for some reason you think that learning to speak well can help you move up in your lives. Don't leave this webinar. Don't end this year without achieving that goal. So whatever reason you put here, I want you to write it down somewhere. I want that to be the reason that you keep doing your best, that you keep practicing every day to learn how to speak well. Is that clear? I want you to write it down. Because now some people, they join our 4-month diploma. What happens? They're very motivated in the first week, second week, third week. They're very motivated. After that, they send me a text. Sir, I have too much work, sir. I'm very tough to continue. I come home at 8:30 in the night. It's tough to join your class at 7:30. So I have too much work. So I have 2 children. There's a lot of work to do for the children when I come home. I have to cook for them, clean for them, put them to bed. So it's very tough. They forget their goal. So they take it forward to another year and another year and another year. And before you know it, it's 2035 and you are still stuck in the same place that you still are. So I want you to write this goal down. Whatever you put in the chat box, I want you to write it down. And remember, that is the reason that you are here learning to speak well. And you take it upon yourself that this year you're going to make this happen. You're going to be a confident speaker. Guys, my name is Sheshan Dias. You can call me Sheshan, you can call me Sir, whatever you are comfortable with. Let me give you some background about who I am, because right now, most of you, Setum, Nirmal, and Dilruksh, you guys have no idea who I am. I'm just a random guy you saw on Facebook. You clicked an ad, you joined this webinar, and now it's a random person talking. So let me give you some background about myself. When I first started off, I was not the most confident speaker. When I was in school, I went to St. Peter's College. I was not the most confident speaker. I remember there was this one instance when I was quite young that I had to get up in front of a large group of people in church. I don't know how many of you are Catholic, but in church we have this thing called prayers of the faithful, right? If you are Catholic, you probably know what I'm talking about. I had to get on the altar and I had to give the prayers of the faithful. And the thing about the prayers of the faithful is you have to say it in a very sing-song voice. You don't just say it, you have to slightly sing it. Turns out I'm not very good at singing. So when I got on stage, I would have been about 10 years old, 11 years old. I started saying the prayers of the faithful, and the guy playing the piano, he was in shock because I was completely out of tune. So he stopped playing. Now I realized I was doing a bad job. The father was looking at me. The people were looking at me. I didn't know what to do. I started crying and I got off the altar. Not a great start. Thank God, my parents were quite adamant that I learn how to speak well, that I don't get scared or I don't get put down by the failures in my life. So they pushed me as much as they could to keep taking up more and more speaking opportunities. Guys, don't draw on my screen. It's quite distracting. I don't know who's doing this. Please don't draw on my screen. Right. So I was pushed by my parents to take on as many speaking events as I could as I was growing up. But I was always scared. I was always afraid. I was always nervous. And I used to make so many mistakes as a speaker. I used to say, I used to worry about what my friends would say. And especially when you go to a boys' school, Setum, I think you must be going to a boys' school. You look like a that sort of chap. You know what it's like when you get up in front of a group of ruckus boys and you make mistakes. Trust me, even when you're 35 years old, they still make fun of you. So it's scary. All right. So I was always afraid. I was always scared when I had to speak in front of people. But then my mother did the best thing that she has ever done in her life for me. She put me to the school theater group. I didn't want to go because obviously I didn't want to act in front of people, but she dragged me by the ear. And my mother is the type of person where she will not take no for an answer. If she sets her mind to something, she goes and accomplishes it. And no matter how much I cried, no matter how much I said I don't want to go, she dragged me by the ear and she sent me for practices. 12 years after making that decision, I am still an theater lover. I take part in so many theater competitions, theater productions. I love the fact that I get to be on stage. And I built that confidence thanks to theater. These are just some pictures from some of the theater productions that I've been a part of. Look at the weird facial expressions that I'm making. This was a production that we did last year with, again, the school old boys at St. Peter's. We put together a production. It was lovely. And it was through theater that I learned how to overcome my fear and become a good, confident speaker. So now, whenever I get in front of an audience, not just now, even when I was in school, because of the exposure I got from theater, whenever I had to speak in front of an assembly, whenever I had to speak in front of people, whenever I had to speak in front of a big crowd, instead of being scared, I started to enjoy it. Right? But I never thought I would make a career as a speaker, because always my parents said, you have to go to local university, you have to get into a company, you have to work yourself to the top of the corporate ladder. But as soon as I left school, I got into radio. I got into Gold FM. I started doing news reading. This was something that I really started to enjoy. So I spent 5 years as a radio broadcaster, as a news presenter on radio. And because of this background in radio, I started getting a lot of opportunities to compere, to become a master of events. So I started comparing events. I started going around. I started doing a lot of training. I started doing public speaking training through Toastmasters initially, but then I left and started doing on my own. And I started doing public speaking workshops. But I never again thought that this would be my career. But 2 to 3 years after joining Gold FM, I started getting so many different gigs to compare and to do trainings and to conduct workshops that I thought, okay, you know what? Let me try and do something with this skill. So I started doing a lot of comparing events. I started making this my full-time profession. I started conducting trainings, coaching programs for university students, school students, corporate professionals. I started delivering keynote speeches. I started taking every opportunity that came my way to speak in front of an audience. Now, while doing all of that, I also did join the corporate sector, and I started working for a startup, a cybersecurity startup called Better Cyber Career. And I believe it's simply because of my ability to speak well, motivate a team, lead a team, and take up competent responsibility. I am now working as the head of operations of this company while simultaneously running my own coaching business, right? So when it comes to the corporate world, when it comes to conducting interviews, doing presentations, doing investor pitches, doing sales meetings, sales calls, I have done it all because I have been a part of the corporate world simultaneous to running my own business. When it comes to qualifications, I also have my bachelor's in business management. I have my licentiate in public speaking from the University of West London. I have my associate in public speaking from Trinity College London. And I'm also a teaching English as a foreign language certified English teacher from the World TESOL Academy. So not only do I have the experience, but I have got the necessary education. And obviously, I'm still learning. I'm still improving my knowledge so that I can give my students the best possible knowledge about how to become a confident, assertive speaker. I also offer a 4-month training program, a 4-month diploma program, which gives you step-by-step guidance on how to become a confident speaker. I'll show you a couple of testimonials from the program as well as we go along. We also give you so many other opportunities that most other, or I would say no other training program in Sri Lanka offers. We have a podcast that is ongoing. We have a large social media following that we make use of to invite our students, give them the opportunity to actually speak in front of a large audience. And for anyone that wants to get qualified, some people come just to learn. They don't want the qualification because they have already gone to a big level, a big position in life. But some people need this qualification. And for those who need it, we offer a diploma in public speaking. All right. Just a quick thing here for those of you that stay till the end. I have written a book. It's called Public Speaking Mastery. Usually we sell this for 1,200 rupees, but we send the PDF document to you free of charge. Make sure you stay till the end. Guys, it's a fantastic book. Everything that I know, I have put into this. So make sure you stick around to the end to get the free ebook. Now, who is this webinar? And who is this program for? This is for people who struggle to speak in front of an audience, who feel nervous, anxious, who feel like they don't have the right vocabulary. This is for students who have to deliver speeches, presentations, or maybe take part in debates. When they have to speak in front of an audience, they get stuck. They don't know what to say. This is for people, for corporate leaders who want to make an impact, who want to inspire their team, who want to build a better personality for themselves. And this is also for anyone. Trust me, most of the opportunities that have come in my life, some of the best opportunities that have come my way in my life, is because of my ability to communicate well. And I want to give this chance to as many people as I possibly can. Guys, drop a quick comment as to what you struggle with when it comes to speaking in public. Is it that you're scared to speak in front of an audience? Is it that you get nervous? Is it that you don't know how to inspire people? Is it that you don't have the right vocabulary? You don't have the right grammar? What is the reason that is keeping you from becoming a confident speaker? Someone says vocabulary. Someone says nervous, fear, to think in English, grammar, shy, social anxiety. Okay, what else? Nervous, can't speak, afraid to speak, grammar, nervous, shy, all fear. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of reasons, guys. Now I'm going to show you the 5 biggest mistakes that you make that is keeping you from becoming a confident speaker. There's going to be some activities towards the latter part of the 5 mistakes. So make sure that your camera is switched on, because I will call the people whose faces I see. Hamis, nice to see you. I see your face. I see a couple of people as well. Murshid, Vidu, Shirani. Guys, keep your camera switched on. Lovely to see you. Aski, is it Aski? Fantastic. Guys, nice to see you. Nice to see your faces. All right. So I want you to tell me, are you ready to move forward? Can I move forward to the 5 mistakes? Yes, drop a quick yes. Someone says your laughing is cute. All right, that's lovely to know. That's not the first time I've got that comment, to be honest. Right? Okay, great. Fantastic. Lovely. I love seeing these yeses. That is great. Okay, guys. First of all, before we move on to the mistakes, let's talk about what public speaking is. Public speaking is simply speaking to an audience in a structured way with an objective. Public speaking is speaking to an audience in a structured way with an objective. What is the objective? It could either be to inform, to entertain, to persuade, or to demonstrate an idea to them. What am I doing here? I'm trying to inform you of something. I'm trying to educate you. At the same time, I might crack a joke here and there just to keep you entertained, but that is not my main objective. Whether you laugh at my jokes or don't laugh at my jokes, please laugh at my jokes. Right? Regardless of that, my objective is to educate you. Do you understand what I mean? And I'm also going to persuade you at the end of this webinar. You will see what I'm going to persuade you to do. But to educate and persuade are 2 of my main objectives. And to some degree, I'm also demonstrating something to you. Whenever you are delivering a public speech, think of someone like Gehan Block. I'm assuming all of you have heard of Block and Dino, right? When they get up on stage to do a stand-up comedy skit, are they getting on stage to inform, to educate? No. Are they getting on stage to persuade? No. They are getting on stage to entertain. Do you understand? If you're delivering a keynote speech at a formal gathering, what is your objective? Most likely to inform them of the topic you're going to talk about. If you are in a sales meeting, what is your objective? It's to persuade your customer to buy something from you. If you're like Elon Musk and you're speaking to a large gathering to introduce the latest Tesla, what are you doing? You're demonstrating an idea to a group of people. So whenever you are delivering a speech, you need to have a structure and an objective. Is that clear? Public speaking doesn't mean you just get on stage and you start talking without any plan, without any structure, without a clear objective, right? You need to have a clear objective, a structure, a plan when you are speaking to a large group of people. So here are the 5 major mistakes, the 5 major reasons as to why people fail at public speaking. Reason number 1 is you worry about other people's opinions. Guys, I want you to drop a yes if this is you. Please say yes in the chat box if you worry about other people's opinions. I'm getting so many yeses. This is in the world. We do training programs to different countries. In the world, the number 1 fear that people have, the number 1 mistake that people make when it comes to public speaking is that they think about what other people have to say about them. Shirani will think, if I make a mistake today, will Aski go home, get his entire family and say, hey guys, come, listen. This is Shirani spoke today and she made so many mistakes. She's the worst speaker ever. That's the irrational fear. Shirani, I'm sure you're a fantastic speaker. I just used your name because I see your face. All right. That's the fear that people have. People think, okay, if I can't communicate my idea with the right, exact, correct grammar or the exact word that needs to be used, people will think less of me. People will think I am not good enough. That is what stops people from speaking in front of a crowd. So what do? This seems fairly obvious. You build confidence, but how? You build confidence, but how do you do that? There is something beautiful called ethos. When we talk about what makes a good public speaker, we talk about 3 pillars: ethos, pathos, logos. And the topmost pillar is called ethos. What is ethos? You build credibility for yourself to feel confident enough to speak about that topic. You build credibility. Now, what did I do when I started this webinar? Number 1, I played a testimonial. So what happens in your head? You know, okay, this is not just a regular random program. This is a program where people have actually taken part in and done well. Then what did I do? I introduced myself. Otherwise, if I didn't introduce myself and if I didn't say, hey, I have these qualifications, I have 5 years of experience working on radio, I run my own business, I work in another company. If I didn't tell these things about myself, I'm just some random guy you saw on Facebook. Isn't that right, Murshid? I'm just a random face that popped up on your Facebook feed. You clicked a button, I sent you a link and you joined. Who am I? Why should you learn from me? You need to build credibility for yourself. If you're someone that is shy, nervous, afraid to speak in front of an audience, and if you think, hey, if I make a mistake, people will laugh at me, people will think less of me. The first thing you need to do is ask yourself, do I have credibility to speak about the topic I'm speaking? I'll give you an example for this. There have been school teachers. I'll show you a testimonial about this as well as we move along. I had a school teacher once. She's an English teacher, 20 plus years of experience being a teacher. And she was afraid to speak in front of a large crowd. But I said, you teach children. You teach 20, 30, 40 children without a problem. Why do you get scared when you have to speak in front of people? And she said, when I teach children, I know that I know more than them. So even if they ask me a question, even if I make a mistake in front of them, I know I have guys who's drawing on my screen. What is happening? Right? She said, I know enough, I know more than they do to correct myself, to teach them something, to speak with authority to them. But when I get in front of parents, when I get in front of a different audience, now I feel that I don't know enough, that I don't have the credibility to speak in front of this audience. Isn't that what we all feel? If you're a banker, you might be able to speak to the team below you without a problem. But when it comes to presenting to the board of directors, you get stuck. Why? You feel like, oh my gosh, this person has so many years of experience. This person will judge me. This person can fire me if I make a mistake. So now this is running in your head. Sometimes, even when you're speaking to people below you, to your team, you feel like, oh, what if this person has, what if he picks a mistake in what I'm saying? What if he's really good at speaking English and judges my grammar, my vocabulary? This is a mistake that you're making. If you have enough knowledge to speak about a specific topic, if you have the experience and the education to back it up, you should never, ever, ever in your lives feel afraid to speak in front of an audience. If you're delivering a vote of thanks, if you're delivering a welcome address, if you're delivering a farewell speech, if you're speaking to a group of people about the subject that you have specialized in, why do you have to feel afraid? There is only one reason. And it's not that you fear people's opinions. It's not this. It's that you have not practiced enough. That's the reason. Is that clear? So if you have the knowledge, if you have the experience, if you have the qualifications, if you have what is called ethos, then you don't have to be afraid to speak to a group of people. Is that clear? So if you have credibility, great. If you don't have credibility, you need to work towards building that credibility so that you will not feel afraid when you have to get up in front of an audience. We'll discuss more about this later, but then we move on to the second biggest mistake. Okay. When I used to be in school, there have been a lot of chief guests that have come for school events. And what do? They bring a book or a piece of paper and their hands are shivering. They go, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm here to talk about. What are they doing? They are reading off a piece of paper. Is it bad to take a piece of paper on stage? No, it's not. But is it bad to read word for word from that piece of paper? Absolutely yes. So what do we do to fix this? Number one, you need to prepare. Obviously, if you're going to deliver a speech, you need to have prior preparation. Nobody can get up on stage and suddenly deliver a well thought out, well structured presentation if they have not practiced before. And there might be instances where you are called upon to suddenly deliver a speech where you are actually unprepared, impromptu speeches. Even to deliver impromptu speeches, number one, you should have practiced delivering multiple speeches in a proper speech structure. If you don't know a proper structure, you will never be able to get in front of an audience and speak confidently, because you will start every speech by saying, good morning, everyone. Today, I'm going to talk to you about... That's how most people, 99.9% of people, start their speeches in this way, because they do not know the right structure when speaking in front of an audience. If you know the right structure to speak in front of an audience, and if you practice, you can deliver any speech anywhere at any time without any fear. When we talk about speech structure, guys, I'm going to just give you a very basic structure. We discuss more in detail about this in our program because the structure I'm going to give you is probably something you already know. So let me ask maybe one or two of you to talk about the structure that you know. Okay, let me ask Setum. Setum, you seem like a nice chap. How would you usually start a speech?
Normally, I'm not confident much, but in a normal way, I'm starting my speech.
Would you first greet the audience? Would you first give an introduction? How would you start this speech?
Maybe I think I'm giving an introduction about my speech.
Okay, you would start by giving an introduction about your speech. Good. Let me ask someone else. Let me ask a more seasoned person. Hamiz, how would you usually start a speech?
Greet,
You would
right?
greet the
First,
audience.
you have to say, as a Muslim, uh, I say Assalamu alaikum, right? When there are, different people, say good morning. So that is how I start.
Very good. Okay. This is how 99.9% of people would start speeches. I remember when I was in school, I've been a part of at least 150 assemblies at school, right? When I say been a part of, I've obviously been a student listening to the assembly. And to this day, it's been 10 years since I left school. To this day, I still remember the greeting that our principal used to make at the start of every assembly. A very good morning, Reverend Fathers, Reverend Sisters, members of the tutorial staff, members of the non-tutorial staff, and my dear boys. Outside of that, do you remember or do you believe how much information or how much value I remember from those speeches? Zero. Because the moment he gives that greeting, we tune out. You're speaking to a group of 600, 700 students who are crazy, who are hormonally high, who don't want to be in the middle of an assembly in the hot scorching sun listening to the principal speak. So if he does not grab the attention of the audience, he is never going to be able to give us anything of value. And this is true for any speech that is being made by anyone, anywhere. If you don't hook the audience right at the start, you'll never be able to give them anything of value. They will not listen to your speech. So what's the first thing you do? Before you greet, you need to introduce your topic. How do you introduce it? Trust me, we'll discuss this in detail in our program. But let me give you a few examples. Let me tell you a story, in fact. I was comparing an event once, very formal, serious event, and some of the ministers were there, the Italian ambassador was there, very serious event. And there was this gentleman called Mr. Rohan Pallevatta who had to get on stage and speak. Fantastic gentleman, businessman. He's actually one of Sri Lanka's richest people. I introduced him. He got on stage, and he got on stage with a guitar. Keep in mind, this is not a musical show. This is not a fun event. This is a very, very serious event. He got on stage with a guitar and he started to play a song. Once he started to play the song, I looked at the audience. There were people on their phones. There were people talking to each other. While all the other speeches were going, nobody paid attention. But the moment this person got on stage and started singing, everybody stopped what they were doing and they looked up there. He finished singing and he said, I hope I have everybody's attention now. Till he finished his speech, nobody looked away because people knew he was going to say and do something very interesting in the rest of his speech as well. So, what is the takeaway from this? It's not that all of us should get on stage and sing a song. Because if some of you, including myself, get up and sing, we won't have an audience to speak to. Right? So, it's not going to work. There are different ways to introduce your topic. You could have a quote, a joke, a short story. You could ask a question from your audience. The point is, you should always hook them, grab their attention right at the start so that they will pay attention to what you have to say. Then you get into your greeting, because obviously if you don't greet the audience, it's a problem. You have to either say Assalamu alaikum or good morning, whatever you have to say. You say it and you greet the people that are there, and then you get into the body of your speech, followed by the conclusion. What is one tool that you can include in your body, in your speech, that will guarantee the attention of the audience? When you are delivering a speech, you should always tell stories. If you watch this recording back, or if you remember what I said, think about how many stories I told you. I started off with a story. I told you about the time where I had to get in front of the altar and I made a mistake. I started crying. I told you about the time where my mother dragged me by the ear and put me into theater. I told you about the time where we had to listen to our beloved principal start every speech in the same way for 13 years. When you tell people stories, people are more likely to be engaged and be retained by your information. We will elaborate more on this in our extended program, of course, but this is one tip that you can take home from this. Always start your speech with an interesting hook. Greet the audience, then go into your body, and finally your conclusion. And always, always, always tell people stories. Share your personal experiences when you have to speak in front of an audience. Is that clear? Always share your experiences. The moment you talk about your experiences, people are interested in what you have to say. So even if you join our extended program or not, this is the one most important thing I want you to take home from this webinar today. Tell stories, people will be interested. This is another huge problem when people have to speak in front of an audience. Um, uh, um, how many times have you heard people do that? I came to, guys, the moment you start using I guess, you know, when you start using fillers in your speech, that's when people know, number one, you're not a confident speaker. Number two, you are still nervous when speaking in front of an audience. Clear? So getting rid of fillers, if you actually watch this recording back, other than the times that I have purposefully, just now, I said, other than that, I don't think you can even count one time where I said, Why? Number one, I know exactly what I'm talking about. And number two, I have practiced so much. It's not that when I first started speaking, I was able to speak without fillers. That's impossible. If you do not practice, you cannot get rid of fillers. When I used to speak in front of an audience, I used to say all the time. And when I first went for speaking training, when I went for speaking coaching, this is one of the top things that my speaking coach told me. He said, Sheshan, If you don't get rid of the fillers that you're using when you speak, you'll never be a confident speaker. You'll never be a good speaker. People will not take you seriously when you're speaking in front of an audience. And to my profession, I'm a speaking coach. Imagine I started this webinar and when I was continuing to speak, if I said, hey, guys, today we are going to, talk about the 5 biggest mistakes when, you have to speak in front of an audience. How many of you would take me seriously if me as a coach, as your trainer, was going when I'm speaking? Can you quickly drop a text on the chat box if you're someone that uses fillers when you speak in public, not just in English, maybe in Sinhala, in Tamil? When you are speaking, do you say I want you to say yes. I want you to own up to it. I want you to understand you're making a mistake, because only if you accept that you're making a mistake can you learn how to fix it. I need you to say yes. Yes, sometimes. Yes, I'm always doing that. Yes, 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 I accept. Very good. Guys, you need to get rid of the ums. Without getting rid of it, it's tough to get people to take you seriously. So how do you get rid of this? Number 1, you need to master the pause. What is the pause? I'll give you an example. If I was talking about myself and I said, my name is Sheshan Dias and I'm 26 years old and I went to St. Peter's College and I have I'm a public speaking coach. Now that is me speaking about myself while using fillers. But I could also say the same thing in this way. My name is Sheshan Dias. I am 26 years old. I went to St. Peter's College and today I am a public speaking coach. The second one sounds better, yes? The only difference I made, and I still got stuck when I was speaking about myself, I still got stuck. But instead of saying, I simply stayed quiet and I moved forward. When you're speaking in public, silence is so powerful. If you are not afraid to be silent for a couple of seconds, that is the most powerful tool that you can use when you are speaking to an audience. Does that make sense? How do you master the pause? Now, for example, let's say Hamiz in his first speech uses 20 fillers. In his second speech, Hamiz, you're not going to be able to cut it down to 0. It's just not possible. So what do? You do your first speech, you do your second one, you do your third one, and each time you do a speech, you record yourself, you watch it back, and you try to reduce at least 2 at a time. So you go from 20 to 18 to 16 to 14. You can do the math. You do this long enough, and you'll never use again. Does that make sense? You have to get good at pausing and you have to keep continuously practicing. That is the only way that you can successfully get rid of fillers. Another mistake that people use, and this is directly attributed to fillers as well. When you are speaking, you sound like you are not sure about what you're saying. You say, for example, you would say, if you join my course, you might be able to improve your speaking skills. Imagine I said that at the start or at the end of this webinar. If I said, hey, if you guys, join this webinar, you might be able to, improve your speaking skills. Or if I said, guys, listen to me. By the end of these 2 hours, you will learn the 5 mistakes that are keeping you from becoming a confident speaker. And I'm going to show you the exact roadmap that will make you a confident speaker at the end of 4 months. This I can guarantee. You'll believe me in the second instance, right? In the first instance, you might think, it's not a big deal. In the second one, you think, wow, he's guaranteeing this. How is he doing that? Let me join and find out. Always, when you are speaking to a group of people, always be assertive. What does assertive mean? Let me ask somebody. Let me ask someone I haven't spoken to. Aski, I've used your name, but I didn't speak to you. Can you tell me what does being assertive mean?
I think assertive means that you're being very straightforward and you're being very confident and you're not having second thoughts.
Very good. I told you, no ums, pause. All right, very good. That was a good answer, right? That was the correct answer. When you are speaking to a group of people, always be confident, be sure about what you are saying. Even if you know you're making a mistake, when you are speaking, there's nothing you can do in that instance. Be sure about what you're saying. Clear? Be assertive. Because the moment you say, this might happen, this would have happened, this, nobody takes you seriously. Imagine you're trying to lead a team. Guys, trust me, when you're running a business, I mean, I don't have a lot of experience running a business, but with the experience that I have in the past 5 years that I have been running my own company, there are instances where your business goes to the ground, where you're investing money and you're losing money. You can't pay your employees. You don't have enough money to take home. Your employees are sitting around looking at you, hoping that you will have an answer. And if I tell my employees, guys, business is a bad state, business is not doing that great, and I don't know what to do. Do you think my employees will stay with me? Do you think in any company, employees will stay with a leader that says he does not know what to do? If you are a leader, if you are a good speaker, if you are someone in a corporate leadership position, or even if you're running your own business, or you're a manager, or you are in some leadership role, you need to be assertive first. And you need to say, hey, maybe we are in a bad situation now, but I guarantee over the next 2 to 3 months, if we do this, I swear to you, I guarantee you, we will make money. Our business will be profitable. Our business will take over. In your head, oh my God, I have no idea what I'm doing. I've been in this instance in my life where I had no clue how I was going to make profit in the next month. But do I tell that to my employees? No. I will do whatever I have to do. I will try out, I will take any risk that I have to make sure that something works. That is the mindset of a good leader. And that is how a good leader speaks. He motivates his team. He tells his team, I am sure about what I'm doing. So you fall in line and do what I say, and we can achieve great things together. Look at Donald Trump when he became the president, or when he was vying to become the president. He was the craziest guy that you would ever see. People called him every bad thing that you could think about. But he's the president today. Why? Because every speech he gave, every time he spoke in front of a crowd, he said, we will win. We will make America great again. And that is why he is the president today. I'm not saying he's something to look up to, but there are certain things we can take away from him. Does that make sense? All right. Next, we move on to the fourth one, which is no vocal variations. Guys, when a lot of people speak, they have zero vocal variations. Hello, everyone. Today, we are going to talk about how to improve your public speaking skills. How many people do you think will listen to me if I spoke that way? It's just not possible. It's just not. People are not going to pay attention to you if you do not have good vocal variations. This, I'm going to dive in a bit deep today. I have a couple of activities that I want you to do. Before I go there, we have a very special guest that I want to introduce to you. So before I move forward to the next part of the program, let me introduce to you Mr. Nihal Muhandiram. Nihal, I hope you're with us. He is the Vice President of Operations at Eco Hotels and Resorts, part of the Golf Face Hotel Group, and he's also the Director of the Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority. So he's actually been a student of one of our previous programs, and I've called him here today. He's actually, I think, in the middle of a meeting somewhere, but he has been kind enough to join this meeting to give a quick background about himself and a quick testimonial as to what he has gained from our program. So Nihal, over to you.
Hi. So hope you can see me and you can listen. You can hear me?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Hi. Good evening to everyone. I'm Nihal Muhandiram, the Vice President of Eco Hotels and Resorts. Actually, I'm in the middle of a function, but I just couldn't say. I simply didn't want to avoid this, so that's why I just thought, even at this situation, I need to just come online and give you a bit of a word or two, how important this is and all. Actually, I'm also following the public speaking course, and it's really helped me. There are a couple of things that I need to emphasize and let you know. Sometimes we think that we know everything. Of course, it is not. So there are always room for improvement, and there are always room for new things. So therefore, I was also always finding difficulties. Like, sometimes I do a lot of speeches and all. I speak to a lot of people because that's my job. I need to see people, I need to meet people, and I need to talk to my team members. So wherever I do that, there were many occasions that I also got stuck in somewhere for some reason. So when I thought, so how to overcome this? So then I found Mr. Sheshan Dias. He's public speaking, the coach, the best coach that I have met. And, he slowly identified your weaknesses, where you need to improve. So where you need to master is actually, he's the best person to identify. So in our batch, there are English teachers, there are big corporate people who always, look for improvements and look for betterment of their life. I think this is the best place for you to sharpen your knowledge. So what I want to tell you is, don't miss the classes. I have not missed a single class and single session, and every day it is very important and interesting. So that's how I develop my skills, and I'm still continuing to do that. So what I do is, I urge all of you, please don't miss and follow this, and you will definitely, if you have the wish, if you have the will, you will definitely do better. And I'm sure with Sheshan Dias, the sky is the limit. So he will slowly take you where you want to go. Please, uh, if you have anything, you can even personally reach me, and I'm sure Mr. Shan will share my details if you need. So I'm also happy to assist and happy to let you know, happy to share my experience more. So with that note, I wish all of you all the very best, and thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nihal. Thank you for taking the time despite your busy schedule. I know you are in the middle of an event, so I won't keep you. Thank you very much for coming, and thank you for those kind words.
Thanks a lot. Okay.
All right. Super. So, guys, that was Mr. Nihal Muhandiram. He is, like I said, the CEO. Sorry, he's the Vice President of Operations at Echo Hotels. He's a corporate leader. He's someone who has built himself up through the Sri Lankan dream. He started off with very humble beginnings. I actually did a podcast with him yesterday, and that is one of the benefits that we offer through our program. We invite you onto our social platforms and we have a conversation with you to understand what your journey was. And his parents are farmers. He started off in very humble beginnings in Anuradhapura, and today he's at the top of the corporate ladder, and he's still taking the effort to come and improve his skills. What a fantastic guy. What a fantastic person. And honestly, he's one of the most humble people I've ever met. Without saying no, he just said, sir, don't worry. He's having a meeting with the president today. He's in a function with the president and the minister of tourism. But he said, he didn't say no. He didn't say, I'm busy. He said, don't worry, sir. I'll be there. Just drop me a text at what time you need me to come. Amazing. Brilliant. With that being said, we come to the session again. Guys, vocal variations is what we were talking about. In order to speak confidently, in order to speak like you know what you're talking about, you need to improve your pitch, power, pace, and pause. What is your pitch? When we speak, our voice has a range. Have you all heard of Michael Jackson? When he said, beat it, beat it, beat it. He was singing at the highest pitch possible. Do you understand what I mean? And then you have someone like Cliff Richards who speaks at a very deep voice, right? Your voice has that same talent. Your voice has that same competency to go up and to go down. Let's try this. Nirmalan, can you unmute yourself? And I want you to say this line that you see here. I want you to say it like you are very surprised. Like this is the most amazing thing that has happened to you. I want you to say it with that energy. Can you say it?
Yes. I can't believe this is happening.
Fantastic. Now can you say that same line like you're very doubtful? You're not entirely about what you're saying. Can you say it like that?
I can't believe this is happening.
Do you see that? When you change the pitch of your voice, the meaning you're trying to put across will change. I can't believe this is happening. Your voice is up there. You sound surprised. You sound scared. You sound stressed. You can be happy. You can say, I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah.
You can be up there. But you can also say it, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. Do you get it? Same line, but the tone makes the meaning different. What happens if I'm speaking in the same tone? Then I can't convey any emotion to anyone. So moving your voice up or down when you speak can really help bring out the emotion of what you are trying to say. Make sense? Power. What is power? Power is the volume at which you speak. You would have noticed throughout this webinar, I am generally someone who speaks loud, but sometimes when I want to really emphasize on a point, I pause and I drop my volume. Why do I do that? Because you are used to hearing my loud voice, loud voice, loud voice. Sometimes even if you're on your phone, you can still hear me. I'm screaming and you're like, "Ah, okay, I can understand what he's saying because he's so loud." But the moment I drop my voice, now you need to take your eyes off your phone and look. Oh, what happened? Did he get stuck? What happened? Oh, he's speaking softly. He's saying something important. To some people, this might be different. Some people might be soft speakers to start off with. So you can speak softly, speak the way you speak, and suddenly, when you have to say something important, you can increase your volume. Does that make sense? So it's not that we have to speak loud all the time or soft all the time. We have to have variations. Is that clear? Pitch, power, pace. Guys, again, you would have noticed I'm a very fast speaker. I don't use fillers when I speak, and I know for a fact that I can keep talking for an extended period of time at a very fast pace. But when I want to emphasize something important, what do? I pause. I slow down. I stop speaking fast, and I give you time to understand what I am saying. Is it good to pause before or after saying something important? Shirani, what do you think? Do you pause, or sorry, do you slow down before saying something important or after saying something important or while you are saying something important? When would you pause? When would you slow down your pace? Shirani? Not sure. Okay, don't worry. Usually, when we are just giving general information, now in this webinar, not everything I say is important. So when I'm just giving you general information, when I'm telling you a story, when I'm trying to brush through some points, I speak as fast as I can. I speak in quite a moderate pace. But when I want to say something very important, I slow down, because I want to give you time to understand what I am saying. Clear? So changing the speed of our voice, changing the speed of what we are saying can help people understand what we are saying in a better way. Imagine I'm trying to rouse you up. You are here with me physically, and I'm trying to say, guys, I want you to give a mighty round of applause to the people that are here. If I say it in that tone, you will not feel like giving a mighty round of applause. But if I say, guys, I want you to give a mighty round of applause to this amazing person that we have here with us today. What did I do? Loud voice, more power, more pace, more speed. What happens? Because of that loud noise, because of that loud voice and the fast pace, you also feel like, oh, wow, yes, I should clap now. Do you understand what I mean? This is how your voice can influence and impact people. If I'm speaking to you one on one, then I would drop my volume. I would have less power. I would slow down my pace. And I would try to speak to you in a way that would motivate you, inspire you. If I am just with you, one person, let's say Aski and I were having a conversation. If I'm screaming in Aski's face saying, Aski, you can do this, Aski will think this bugger, she said, you should go to a mental hospital. Right? So depending on who you are speaking to, you need to have different vocal variations. Finally, we talk about the pause. The pause, I told you, is such an important tool when you are speaking to an audience. Number one, we spoke about the pause as a tool to overcome your use of fillers. Instead of saying you pause and you move forward. You also pause before, after saying something important. Is it before or after? Before and after? When do we pause and why? Let me ask somebody. Inoka, you have been paying a lot of attention. I have been seeing you taking very good. Can you tell me, do you pause before saying something important or after saying something important, or do you pause at both of those instances? Can you unmute yourself and give me an answer? That's okay. Murshid, what do you think? Can you unmute yourself? Murshid?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I believe that better to pause and get the attention and then start to give the a point.
Good.
Is it okay, I think?
Correct. You pause before saying something important to get the attention of the audience before you say the important phrase. Clear? So if I pause before saying something important, you will stop what you're doing and look at the stage because you'll think, did something go wrong? What happened? What's going on? So now I have your attention because I stayed silent. After I say the important thing, I can pause again if I want to. Why? That will give you time to understand what I said. You would have noticed, even as I am speaking, there have been instances where I have said something important and I've just looked at the screen. And some of you thought, oh, did this guy get stuck? Network connection, what happened? No. It's to give you time to understand what I said. Is that clear? Right? So pitch, power, pace, and pause. Let's put this into practice. Let me give one person the chance to read this particular passage. Okay, who would like to take this chance? I can give one person this opportunity.
Shall I?
Yes, Aisha, go ahead.
Okay, you think you can talk over me? Tell me what I can or can't do.
Okay, Aisha.
Not anymore. I have been.
Okay, I think you have a network issue. That's the only problem. I can't hear what you're saying. So I'll just pass the opportunity to someone else. Is that okay?
Shall I?
Yes, Sivaraj, you can go ahead.
You think you can talk over me? Tell me, what I can or can't do? Not anymore. I've been quite long enough. I'm done being the person who nods and smiles. This time, you will listen. Because my voice, my truth matters. And I'm not sitting down until you hear it.
Very good. Very good. You had a lot of vocal variations as you read that passage. Keep in mind, you can practice this in different ways at home to bring it out with different variations. Now, for example, here you could have been a lot more harsh and said, because my voice, my truth matters. And I'm not sitting down until you hear it. Do you get it? So you be expressive. You bring out as much vocal variations as you possibly can. Because when we do things like theater, drama, acting, poetry, which we will do a lot of in our program, you learn to bring those into your speech. And I'm not saying you're going to get up in front of 1,000 people to deliver a keynote presentation and say, "Good morning, everybody." No, that's not what I'm saying. But you learn how to control those emotions, control those vocal variations, those facial expressions when you are delivering a speech. But Sivaraj, well done. One more, I can give the chance to one more person for a different skit. I think there was a girl who raised her hand. I think it was it Senudi? Was that your name? Yes. Who is this? Abdur. Yes, Abdur, you can go ahead. No problem.
Wait, where is my phone? It was right here a second ago. Okay, calm down. Think, did I leave it in the kitchen? No. On the couch? No. Oh no, what if I dropped it outside? My whole life is in there. My photos, my messages, my streaks. If I don't find it in 10 seconds, I'm moving to the mountains and living with gods.
Very good. Well done. Fantastic, Abdur. You did a great job. Again, I love the vocal variations. I love the fact that you took the opportunity and went ahead. You're in grade 6. I think you're about 10, 11 years old. Well done. Right. Yes, Senudi, I saw you raising your hand multiple times, so I'll give you an opportunity here. Go ahead.
Wait, where's my phone? It was right here a second ago. Okay, did I leave it in the kitchen? No. On the couch? No. Oh no. What if I dropped it outside? My whole life is in there. My photos, my messages, my streaks. If I don't find it in 10 seconds, I'm moving to the mountains and living with goats.
Well done. You did a fantastic job. You even brought in a couple of hand gestures and facial expressions. Well done. Guys, this is how you bring out your emotions. This is how you bring out your vocal variations. You practice this sort of nonsensical thing. And some of you, especially those in the corporate sector, now when I was doing this for the first time with someone like Mr. Nihal, he would have thought, what is this guy doing? He's mad. Why would I, in the top of my field, have to do something like this to improve my speaking? But what you don't understand is when you do this sort of exercise, you try to bring out as much expression as you possibly can. And when you teach, when you speak, when you have to deliver a speech in front of a group of people, you learn how to control those emotions and bring it in a very nice way into your speech. You know how to energize an audience. You know how to speak to people. You know how to use your hands, use your voice to connect with people. Do you understand what I mean? The last one is bad body language and facial expressions. This is the biggest mistake that a lot of people make when they speak. Sometimes people might have good vocal variations, but they have no body language. They don't use their hands. Some people keep their hands in their pocket. Some people keep their hands in front of them. Some people keep it behind them. There are children here. Children, some people might tell you when you speak, when you deliver poems, when you speak in front of an audience, put your hands behind your back. Never do that. Never do that. I don't know why they used to teach us that in school. Put your hands behind your back. Never put your hands behind your back or in front or fold it when you are speaking to an audience. Don't be afraid to use your face when you speak to an audience. Smile when you speak to an audience. Most of the time when we speak, we look like we are going to cry. We look like we are so stressed. We look like we don't know what we want to say. We look like that we are going to cry and walk off stage when we speak. You have to master poise in order to speak and communicate well. What is poise? Poise is non-verbal communication. Guys, if you don't join my program, it doesn't matter because I'm going to teach you one hand gesture that you can use anywhere at any time when you're speaking with anyone, in front of any audience, that will make you look confident. There are other hand gestures, yes, but this is the best one, and I have included it in this webinar. Open palm gestures. Whenever you are speaking to an audience, keep your palms open, facing the audience, below your shoulders, above your waist. Never put it here, 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 in your pocket, behind your back, in front. No. Palms open to the audience. You can either use one hand if you want to emphasize certain points, or you can use both hands. Practice this at home, and I guarantee if you put the skills that I have taught you on this 2-hour webinar into practice, I guarantee over a period of 1 to 2 months, depending on how much you practice, you will definitely be a confident speaker. I'm not saying your grammar will improve. I'm not saying your English grammatical structures are going to go to another level. No. But your confidence will skyrocket if you work on these little things. Does that make sense? This is great to show trust, openness, confidence, sincerity when you are delivering a speech. So guys, we have covered these 5 mistakes in today's webinar. We spoke about how not to worry about other people's opinions by building credibility, how not to read and structure your speech so that you can speak confidently in front of people, how to get rid of the ums, how to bring out vocal variations by improving your pitch, power, pace, and pause. And finally, we spoke about bad body language and what to do to instantly fix it. Guys, do you think that you can be a confident speaker if you fix these 5 mistakes? Can you put a quick yes in the chat box? Can you put a quick yes in the chat box? Someone is saying, I want to join your program. Please share the details. Okay. That is what we're going to do. Fantastic. Do you believe that you can become a confident speaker? A lot of you are saying, yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love these yeses. Fantastic. Guys, I was left with 2 choices. I mean, I could have done this as a one-off webinar, charged you a one-time fee, earned my money, and not continued to give you value. But that is not the person I am. That is not what I like to do. I like to take people by the hand. I like to guide them. I like to give them individual, personalized attention so that I know I am doing justice to my students. When I say, I guarantee I can make you a confident speaker. Therefore, I would like to take the next 10 to 15 minutes. Guys, I want you to stay with me just for the next 10 to 15 minutes to run through a very special offer. Can you say yes if you would like to hear what that offer is? I want you to say yes. I see a couple of people. Okay, now the yeses are coming in. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. Guys, I have a 4-month public speaking diploma. Right? We offer a diploma in public speaking for anyone that is interested in improving their speaking skills. The exam is optional. So for example, if someone that is 10 years old or 11 years old wants to join, you cannot sit for the diploma exam because obviously you need to be of a certain age, at least 16 plus, to sit for the diploma. But does that mean you can't join the program? No. I have people who are 10 years old. I have people who are 60 years old. They come for different reasons. But the common reason is that they want to improve their speaking skills. And I guarantee that is something that I can help you do. If you want to get qualified, we have the diploma available for you. This was a testimonial that I already showed you, so I'm not going to play that again. You all heard Mr. Nihal talking about his experience. Guys, this is what the diploma has to offer. On day 1, we are going to cover what public speaking is and the one structure that you need to know if you want to become a good speaker. This structure that I'm going to teach you, you can use it anywhere to speak in front of any audience. Once you learn this principle, even if someone says, hey, Sheshan, just get up and deliver a speech, you will be able to do that with confidence. We are then going to talk about social speeches. What are social speeches? Farewell speeches, toasts, vote of thanks, speeches where you have to generally speak to an audience. We are going to talk about non-verbal communication, how you can use your hands, your body, your face to speak confidently and communicate your message to a group of people. We are going to talk about vocal variations, how to overcome the use of fillers. This is a topic that I love, introducing theatrical performance in speaking. Guys, in my classes, I get you to do some crazy things. I get you to do some fun things, fantastic things, things that you will love doing. Initially, you might think, oh my God, what did I sign myself up for? But trust me, every student that I have loves the classes. I have a student who joins from America. She's doing her PhD over there. She's a Sri Lankan. She's a medical student. She's doing her PhD. Every time she joins the class, her eyes are bloodshot red. She has eye bags beneath her eyes. She's so tired because she's working very hard. She's studying for her PhD and she's living alone in America. It's not an easy life. But she says, instead of sleeping, I'd much rather join the 2 hours of your class because it makes me feel fantastic. That's what we do in our program, regardless of whether you want to sit for an exam or not. These classes, these sessions will make you feel great. It will make you feel confident. It will make you a great speaker. We're also going to talk about how to use visual aids, how to do presentations, how to face any interview, breathing techniques. Now, a lot of you might think, hey, we've been breathing from the time we started, from the time we were born. Abdur, you've been breathing from the time you were born. Why do you need to learn how to breathe? Guess what? When you speak, you need to know how to breathe well. Whether you're singing, whether you're speaking, breathing is such an important skill. Impromptu speaking, speaking without preparation, speaking without having any prior research or knowledge about what you are going to say. Building clarity of speech. See, when some people speak, they speak like this. They don't put their words out. They have the words inside their mouth. How to build your pronunciation, articulation, and enunciation. That is what we are going to talk about here. How to engage an audience, how to ask them questions, how to look them in the eye. We are going to cover this. Personal etiquette and branding. Guys, we have massive social media platforms. We have a TikTok following of over 100,000 people, 8,000 plus on YouTube. We have 16,000 plus on Instagram. We have built a personal brand for Sheshan Dias, and I'm going to teach you how you can do the same. If you're going to the corporate world, guys, trust me, corporate loves individuals who are successful in their own right, who know how to brand themselves. I was having this conversation with Nihal as well, and he was saying, if you know how to dress well, talk well, present yourself well, you can easily move up the corporate ladder. We are going to do impromptu speeches, and I'm going to give you feedback throughout the sessions, and we are going to have a full exam practice in the last week for those of you that are sitting for the exam. This is the structure of the diploma exam, guys. You have 5 sections. Section 1 is to deliver 2 speeches. One is a 6-minute speech. One is a 4-minute speech. Then we have an impromptu speech that needs to be delivered, a sight reading passage, and a discussion with the examiner. These are the 5 sections of the exam. It looks tough now. It looks difficult now. But trust me, at the end of these 4 months, it will be the easiest thing that you will ever have to do. That I can guarantee. We also offer a certificate. This is the sample certificate. We do it in affiliation with an institute called Mystical Rose International Institute. This is a Pearson assured organization, and the certificate is a Sri Lanka Foreign Ministry approved examination. So you can present it wherever you are going. Even if you are going abroad, you can present this because this is a recognized qualification. We follow a Pearson approved syllabus. Okay, so what do you get? What do you get in my training program? Guys, you get 16 live classes, not with anyone else, with me. So I can guarantee the quality of my sessions. Usually I charge 7,000 rupees per session. That is 7,000 rupees for 2 hours, 3,500 per session, adds up to 112,000 for 16 classes. But That's not the price I'm giving this session for you today. Most training programs for 4 months, guys. If you join any other renowned public speakers training program, it's 200,000, 300,000. If they're training you for 4 months, nobody trains for 4 months. You have 10-day English courses, you have 12-day English courses. No one does for 4 months. But we are giving all of this to you. A diploma in professional public speaking, which costs 25,000, 16 live coaching sessions with me. And guys, I get you to record and send me videos, and I personally give you feedback on each one. Currently, I have five batches running. I give feedback individually to each student. No student of mine can complain that Sheshan Dias has not given them feedback on their speeches. Every speech, every act, every poem, I give them reviewed feedback. Usually our program with the exam is 89,999. That is 90,000 rupees. But we have a very, very special offer for you today. The exam and the course fee both together is 58,900 rupees. That means the course fee is 33,900. The exam fee, you don't have to pay that now. You only have to pay that in the 4th month. That is 25,000 rupees. And that is only if you are sitting for the exam. So the fee is 33,900 rupees. You can make the payment and sign up today. If you don't have 33,900 rupees to sign up today, we offer you an installment plan, 2 installments of 20,500 rupees. Now, this is obviously a much larger investment than the one-time payment, but if you still want to make an installment payment, you can go ahead if it's easier for you. 20,500, 2 payments. All right. And in the 4th month, if you are sitting for the exam, you can make the 25,000 rupee payment. Guys, I'm also giving you some exclusive bonuses in our program. What do I give you? I give you personalized attention. I told you every single student gets feedback from me. Every single student. How can I do that? I only take 20 students per class. I cannot handle more than 20 students per class. It's impossible because if I have 40, 50, 60 students and I'm doing 6 classes during the week, I cannot individually look at every student, right? That is why I only take 20 students. Guys, there's 140 people on this webinar now. Slots get booked out like this, but I'm sorry, I cannot give you more than 20 slots because it's not possible for me to guarantee your success if I have 50 students in class. Does that make sense? So I only give the option to the first 20 students that sign up. The first 20 students that pay and sign up. Some students say, sir, reserve my spot, reserve this for me. I can't do that because if 20 students pay, slots are closed, batch is closed. There are people here from previous webinars that we have done. You know how fast it fills out. Someone, you're here, you know how fast the slots fill out when it comes to a program. Within 48 hours, usually slots are closed, right? So 20 students only, simply because I want to give you personalized attention. You get the chance to be featured on the TSA podcast, right? This is a great opportunity for people, to get in front of a public audience, to speak confidently on social media, to promote. If you have a business of your own, if you have an idea of your own that you want to promote, I give you that opportunity as well on the podcast. Then you get to be a part of our professional network. Now, Mahanama is someone that has benefited from that. The first testimonial that I played. When I get comparing gigs, when I get voiceover gigs, I try to pass it on to the people in my network that are interested. And we have a lot of compeers, we have a lot of voiceover artists that try to get gigs because of the network that we have. If you want to pursue public speaking as a career, if you want to do more qualifications, we offer West London University qualifications as well. If you want to do your ALCM, your FLCM, and so on. So if you want discounts for future programs, we offer that to you. And finally, if you come for the diploma, if you sit for the diploma, Mystical Rose International Institute has a graduation ceremony annually at the Hilton. You get to be invited for that as well. Those are the bonuses that we offer you. And I have one more
Hi,
test.
I'm Nishani Vimalasurya. I'm a teacher of English. I have had many years of experience as a teacher, but I have always had this scare for stage fright. So I decided to join the Success Academy to do public speaking. And what do you know? Here I am, standing here in front of you, speaking. I never thought this is like a dream come true for me. I have developed my confidence, but you need to remember, you need to practice. That's the main thing that Sheshan keeps on saying. And I think, and you should practice. So if you feel you have been under a rock, come join and you see a difference and make a difference in your life. Thank you.
All right, fantastic. So guys, if you want to sign up to our program, this is the last batch that I'm starting for this year. We're not starting any new batches simply because I'm booked out on all days. We have classes from Tuesday to Sunday. Monday is my only free day. And now we are starting a new batch on Mondays at 7:30 p.m. Guys, if you want to sign up to the program, I want you to take a screenshot of this page, send it on the group with your name. So if your name is Senudi Galagoda, take a screenshot of this page, say Senudi Galagoda, and put it on the group. There are 5 WhatsApp groups. So you might see different people putting it on different WhatsApp groups. Whatever group you are in, I want you to send a screenshot with your name onto the WhatsApp group. Guys, I hope you got a lot of value from the webinar today. I see some of you asked a few questions. Okay, could I get the payment details? Guys, the payment details are already on the WhatsApp group that you are in. Just check the payment details and you can make the payment. We only have 20 slots available. So the first 20 students to pay will get to join the program. The course fee is 33,900 rupees or 2 payments of 20,500. You can pay and join. This is a fully online program. If you want any other information, you can still send us the screenshot and our student coordinator will reach out to you individually. Okay, so you get to sit for the diploma in professional public speaking, 16 live coaching sessions with me, interview coaching and preparation. I give you feedback on every single recording that I get you to send. I have only 20 students, so therefore I can give you that personalized attention. You get to be a part of the TSA podcast. You get to be a part of the TSA network. You get future discounts to any other qualification you want to do. And you get to attend the graduation ceremony if you get through the diploma. All right. So all you have to do is take a screenshot and send this across on the group with your name. Guys, also any feedback that you have about the webinar, please drop it on the WhatsApp group. All the thank yous, the messages, everything that you want, please drop it on the WhatsApp group. We'd love to hear the feedback from today's session. So take a screenshot, send it on the WhatsApp group, and we would love to see you in our classes starting on the 8th of December. All right. Okay. Yes. If anyone has any questions, you can go ahead. Fazmina, do you have a question?
No, sir, thank you.
All right. Senudi, do you have a question? Your hand is up.
So if we want to do the exam and if we are under the age of 16, can we still do it?
No, you
The
have
diploma?
16 plus to do the diploma exam. We offer a certificate of completion from the Success Academy once you complete the course. But to sit for the diploma, you have to be 16 plus. Yes. Make sense?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Prabha, go ahead.
Yeah, sir, could you say this is a physical class or online class, sir? Please, can you explain, please?
This is a fully online course. If you
Okay,
want to teach, so we have a physical class as well. You can still send the screenshot and our student coordinator will reach out to you to give you more information. So you can clarify any doubts from that.
Okay, sir. This
Okay?
is every Monday classes, no, sir?
Yes, the online class is every Monday from 7:30 to 9:30.
Thank you. Thanks, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. Good. Any other questions? Any other questions? All right, guys. So your feedback, I would highly appreciate if you could send it on the group, whether this session today was good, bad,
Sir,
improved. I'd like to see that feedback on the group.
sir,
Yes. Yes, go ahead.
I'm Abdurrahman's mother speaking here.
Yes.
What about Abdurrahman? Is he can do this class?
He can do the program. Yes.
Okay.
So he can't sit for the diploma exam, obviously, but he can follow the course, improve his speaking, and become a better speaker. That definitely he can do. Yes?
But he can do the exam, no?
He cannot because the diploma, so obviously you need to be 16 plus.
So
Okay?
if he need certificate, then until 16 he want to wait, no?
We will be giving a certificate of completion, but to sit for the diploma, yes, anywhere that would be the case. You have to be 16 plus to sit for a diploma. Makes sense?
Okay, sir. Okay.
All right. Okay, so guys, take a screenshot of this page if you're interested in signing up and send it onto the WhatsApp group. All right, with your name, please make sure to send your name.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Fazmina, yes.
How many month course is it?
Sorry?
How many months would it take to finish this course? I'm asking.
4 months, 16 classes. We have a class every week, every Monday at 7:30 p.m. So 4 months in total. Make sense? All right, good. Any other questions? Shirani, Krishmalu, Murshid, was everything clear? Any feedback? Vidu, how was the session today? Did you learn something
Yeah,
valuable?
actually, it is very nice and very good. Your explanation is very clear. So, actually, I want to join your physical class. First few weeks I tried, but I couldn't to join. But anyway, I will try to join with physical class and improve my public speaking skills.
All right, no problem. So you can send a screenshot onto the group and our student coordinator will reach out to you to give you details about the physical class. All right?
Okay, thank you, sir. Yes.
Great. Someone has asked, Rakshana has asked about the fee structure. So guys, you can make a one-time payment of 33,900. That is the course fee. Or you can make 2 monthly payments of 20,500. If you are sitting for the exam, that's a separate payment of 25,000 rupees, which you can make in the 4th month. But right now, you only have to pay either 33,000 or 20,500. All right. Okay. Krishmalu, what was your feedback? Did you learn something valuable from the session today? Feel like you're stuck. Zara, what about you? You're on mute, Zara. Can't hear you. You have to unmute yourself. Okay, that's fine. Murshid, what about you?
Thank you. It's a very good session. Actually, what are the problems here only that I'm going through. I will also try to join the class, and it will be much better if I can join to a physical one. So being in online, do you think it's very successful? Like, you have to be in front of a big crowd or something like that.
Well, it works in a way. Now, our physical classes are in Narahempita. Do you live close by to that area?
I'm living in Dehivala, but actually I'm living in Ratnapura. So every weekend I'll be traveling to Colombo. So Narahempit, isn't it? So that is not that far for me.
I actually have a student that travels from Ratnapura. So that is possible. I mean, if you are traveling to Colombo, I don't think it'll be a problem. But even if you take the online program, we have still seen a significant improvement in students who have gone through the online program. Makes sense?
You at least get a day in physical.
You can join the physical class whenever you are free. That's not a problem. So while you are doing the online program, you can drop into a physical class for free, right? During the 4-month period that you're following the online program. So that is also something that we offer.
Okay, that's good then.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
No problem. So take a screenshot, send it on the WhatsApp group, and our student coordinator will reach out to you with the details. All right.
Okay.
What brings you here? How was your experience with the webinar? Someone, are you there? You're on mute. I can see you speaking, but you're on mute. Can you hear me?
Yeah. You want to speak to me?
Yes, yes. How was the webinar? Was it good?
Yeah, good. I have participated for 2 times for this same webinar.
That's good. That's good. And you're anyway a
I
part of
just want words. That's why.
All right. Good, good, good. Nice to see you here too. All right. Okay. Shirani, what about you? You've been silent. You're on mute, Shirani. Can't hear you. Can't unmute. All right. Okay, guys, if you don't have any other questions, I think we are done with the session today. Please send me your feedback on the WhatsApp group. A nice message would be great. And I would also love to see your screenshots coming in and the payments being made. And I would love to see you all on the 8th of December. That is when we are starting our classes. We have classes every Monday from 7:30 onwards. I would love to see you all there. I'm looking forward to seeing you all there. Even if you want to join our physical classes, like some of you said, take a screenshot, send it on the WhatsApp group, and our student coordinator will reach out to you. All right. See you, everyone. Have a good night. And I wish
See you.
you all
Good
the
night. Thank you.
night. Goodbye.